What's going on, everyone? So, per Anthony Irwin, he says that the Lakers are in conversations and working on a deal for potentially landing Bruce Brown. Now, before I dive into it, give my take and my opinions, of course, I want to hear yours, so let me know down in the comments. There is a lot of just noise going around, I guess, that isn't true. So, Anthony Irwin just said that the Lakers are talking and working out a potential deal. He didn't list any type of, the Lakers are trading Rui, D'Lo, and 2 firsts and all this crazy stuff that's going around. A lot of people took Anthony Irwin's just segment of like, hey, they're talking to take that and kind of run away with like these crazy trade packages and are linking it to Anthony Irwin. So I just wanted to clarify with that for those that are like, oh, I'm not giving up 2 firsts and all this stuff. Nowhere does it say that that's going to be the case. So just wanted to clarify for everybody. But diving into it, look, Bruce Brown makes a lot of sense. The Lakers were trying to target him at the trade deadline. Bruce Brown also was a Laker until the Indiana Pacers gave him double what the Lakers signed or were going to sign him for. So instead of Gabe Vincent, we would have had Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown was going to sign for that mid-level exception, but the Indiana Pacers came in and gave him that inflated contract, which they used to go get Pascal Siakam. So it worked out great for the Pacers, and it worked out great for Bruce Brown, right? Because he got an absolute bag. And now they're kind of looking to trade him and move off of him. But here's the thing. I like Bruce Brown. I would love to bring him in. He makes a lot of sense, especially slotted alongside Austin Reeves as that point of attack defensive guy. Now, the three-point shooting isn't great, but he can knock it down. He's also not afraid of the moment, as you saw in the championship run. He's a guy that would be very impactful and very important, I think, to the Lakers. He's a guy that does the dirty work, does the grind work. You need those kind of guys, right? Offensively, there are some questions. He can have some moments, right? Like he has his games. He has his, little stretches where he can be impactful on the offensive side. But for him, he's kind of more of like just the hard worker, grinder, get after it, defend the best player on the other team. He's actually very good at defending up. Right? A lot of guys are really good defenders, but only on matchups that are essentially their size. Bruce Brown's really good at defending even longer, bigger, just offensive players. So that would again go a long way. I mean, even the Dallas or the Denver Nuggets, even the Denver Nuggets would slot him on bigger players at times and even have him defend some threes. Now, obviously, it's not ideal. You'd kind of be looking at him, probably slotting him into that starting unit as your point guard, right? As like the point of attack, he can initiate the offense, kind of get you guys going, and then also be that defensive piece, give you some athleticism out on the perimeter alongside Austin Reeves. I'm all for that. I'm not against that at all. I would love to bring him in. Couple things though. One, what is the cost? Right now, all the prices for everybody that the Lakers are targeting are like 2 firsts or like a first and this, right? Or teams like the Bulls. They're willing to trade DeMar DeRozan, the Lakers, but they don't want they don't want any players back. They don't want any salary back. They basically want the Lakers to go and find a third team that will take on that salary, and then they're willing to trade DeMar DeRozan. But then the problem becomes is that okay, what does that team want for kind of facilitating the trade? And do you have to give up a bunch of picks in order to make that happen? But also, Chicago's not going to want to just sign and trade DeMar for nothing. They're going to want, 2 seconds or a second or something like that, right? Like what you saw with the 3-team trades with the Golden State Warriors, right? When they kind of facilitated the sign and trade to Dallas to get Klay Thompson there, they were compensated with the 2 seconds, but you had that other team that was willing to take, right? Again, what are you giving up? Right? Do you have to give up a Jalen Hood-Schifino for a team to take him? Which, again, you could argue, okay, fine, because you clear off a roster spot and maybe you could clear off some salary, but you have to find that team. And what is that team? And is that team willing to do so? So kind of makes things complicated. And then you see the reports for like Jeremy Grant. They want 2 firsts. Right? You look at the reports for Cam Johnson. Right? They want a first. Right? And again, the Lakers, they want to get a trade done, and they clearly have a specific type of player in mind. athleticism, defensive 3-and-D style guys out on the perimeter. They want to get some real two-way guys out on the perimeter, get some athleticism, get some guys that can play some defense, kind of elevate the defense. Because defense for the Lakers was terrible last year, right? So, I like the idea of what the Lakers are trying to do. However, getting one of those pieces isn't going to change the Lakers, right? Will it make them better? Like, if they got Bruce Brown, would the Lakers be better? Yes, I think so, right? Maybe not offensively, because, D'Angelo Russell is a guy that go get you 18 a game, shoots the three ball well, right? Was playing well off of LeBron and AD. But, Bruce Brown kind of gives you a better balance, right? And he's a guy that will show up in the playoffs. So there is an argument to be made there. But unless the Lakers get multiple guys, it's not really going to raise the ceiling enough to warrant the Lakers giving up the picks. Like Rob Pelinka has said numerous times in every basically press conference so far, we'll trade the picks. We'll trade what we have to trade. We want to upgrade the roster, but it has to be worth it, right? You give up your future picks to just basically make a lateral move. It doesn't make any sense. Now you just did a trade just to do a trade. And that's kind of what I feel like Bruce Brown would be, unless you got something else, right? To me, Bruce Brown, again, would be great, but I think if you're trading D'Lo and, Gabe Vincent or something, unless you're able to clear extra salary and a roster, because you got to remember Bruce Brown making, $22 million or whatever. So you have to give up multiple pieces and the Lakers can't take back more salary. So unless it's a move to where you're getting Bruce Brown, plus you're clearing, an extra like $10 million off your books or something, right? Then in that case, yeah, do that. Right? Because now maybe you could free up your mid-level exception, even if LeBron does take a little extra money, right? Maybe you could convince him, okay, well, now you don't have to take $20 million less. You only have to take $10 million less. Do that so we can get some pieces here. Now you got Bruce Brown. Maybe you go get some Miles Bridges. And then maybe you could pull off a trade for DeMar DeRozan. And you got Bruce Brown, DeMar DeRozan, Miles Bridges, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Now you're a contender. Right now, you're one of the better teams in the league. You got point of attack defense, you got scoring, you got shooting, you got versatility. You're probably one of the best defensive teams in the league with Anthony Davis, Miles Bridges, and Bruce Brown. You could still probably keep Austin Reeves having one. Now you start creating, that's what the Lakers are looking to try to do. They're trying to find these X, Y, and Z pieces that they can kind of put together, and now that raises this. So Bruce Brown, again, I like him a lot, but he's not without his flaws. He's not without his efficiencies that would warrant giving and selling the farm to go get him, right? If you could get him for 2 seconds, then sure, you do that all day. If you can get him, like I mentioned, and get off of Gabe Vincent's contract along with D'Angelo Russell, and it's okay, yeah, you're taking, Bruce Brown's, 20 plus million, but you're unloading almost 30 million. Well, now you're talking, now you're in a position where, okay, that makes a lot more sense because now you have more flexibility to do other things. Now you can make a move here, you're under the tax, right? So now, maybe LeBron would be more inside of hey, even if we can't pull off a sign and trade now, we can work some other trades. If you take that and get a key piece at the mid-level exception, so just be patient with us. Maybe LeBron would be more willing to do that. If the Lakers were to trade for Bruce Brown, I'm all for it. Cool. I'll be happy that we got Bruce Brown. Again, Bruce Brown is great. And he was busting the Lakers up every time he plays them. So it'd be nice to kind of have him on the team to do so. He fills a big need as a point of attack defense out on the perimeter. The Lakers were terrible defending the perimeter. He would be a huge piece on that. But then again, the problem is what's your starting five? Because if you go Bruce Brown and Jared Vanderbilt, defensively, good luck, right? Because you'd have Bruce Brown, Jared Vanderbilt, all the ground that they cover on the defensive side, and then Anthony Davis, in the front court, just ready to gobble up whatever. No Diddy, gobble up whatever is out there, right? You're in great shape, but offensively, Jared Vanderbilt's kind of a non-shooter. Bruce Brown is a bit of a non-shooter. He has his games, he has his moments, he's had his seasons, but for the most part, he's not this 40% three-point shooter that's just lighting things up. So it's I'd have concerns about the offensive side of things. And then can LeBron stay 40% from three-point range? What if he dips back down to, like 36%? Now you're a terrible three-point shooting team because now you basically have four guys that can't shoot. And even if LeBron does stay 40%, your only three-point shooters are essentially Austin Reeves and LeBron James. So it begs the question of like, if you were to just get Bruce Brown, like, yeah, maybe you're slightly better. I don't think it's one of those things where you're this huge upgrade and it's this huge, like, oh man, like that's the piece we need. But it's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers play out. But at least they're doing their work. At least they're trying to, get things done and try to find a trade. I'd rather them at least be trying than nothing at all. We'll just see what develops and if something happens. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think the Lakers should go get Bruce Brown? Do you think he's the piece? Do you think, yes, go get him? Do you feel like, yeah, if you get him, you have to get something else, Cam Johnson, Jeremy Grant, whatever, right? Again, if you can get Bruce Brown then yes, right? If you can get Bruce Brown and Cam Johnson or Bruce Brown and a Jeremy Grant, then yes, you do that. Now we're cooking. Let's go, right? But can they pull that off is the question. But love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.